Hey there, this is Rich Osweiler from PremierGuitar.com coming to you from the 2011 Summer NAMM show in Nashville, Tennessee. I'm standing here with Tom Cram from DigiTech, and he's going to tell us a little bit about two new offerings they have here at the summer show. First of which is the Whammy DT. Tom, let's go ahead and start talking about that.
All right, the Whammy DT right here is the new Whammy pedal from us. Is basically the Premier Whammy pedal. It features 3dB technology that allows all of the notes within the chord to remain polyphonic and sonorous. So for example, I have it set right now to a whole step up. Here's the note, here's an E chord without, if I then switch it on, that's that same E chord pitched up a whole step. We can flip down and have the same thing. There's that E chord again, and now it's pitched down. So all the notes within the chord remain in tune. It's in series with a classic Whammy, just like you know and love, and that allows us to pitch up or down based upon that earlier setting in the DT. So for example, I have it set to an octave up. If I now turn on the Whammy, I can now pitch up from that. So we're pitched down a whole step.
Killer.
And then the next thing on this is the momentary switch, and this is the part I really dig. So this allows me to add a fret, essentially, to my guitar. So if I only want to have this, the detune section happen momentarily, I can use this switch. So if I come zinging up here, this will drop it down, or the opposite direction, it'll drop it up and give me that extra fret I was talking about. Or if you're playing multiple notes, since all the notes stay in tune, you can play basically off your fretboard. And it's true bypass, which is a first for the Whammy family, and that's pretty much the Whammy. Whammy DT.
Thanks, Tom. And when is this available?
It's shipping now.
Right on. That is the Whammy DT. So Tom, next we're going to be talking about the iPB-10, which is a new programmable pedal board also made by DigiTech. Let's, why don't you take us through this?
Well, this is a really new area for us. This is using the iPad, and let me pop this out here if I can do this without smashing my guitar. This allows us, here's the iPad right here, it connects to this cable. This allows us to basically create a virtual pedal board now. Instead of having to use our normal matrix that we used to use, we now have the ability to access individual pedals and change them, as well as route however we want. For example, we go into pedal board creation mode, I can now add any effect I want to. We have 87 different effects. These are all different modulations right here. If we go to the distortion, we have all the different types of distortion pedals, some of ours, some of others that we've modeled. For example, we have an old DOD 250, we could throw that in there. Where this also deviates from previous types of effects processors like this is we can change the effect order in any location that we want. We can also have multiple mods, so we can have a chorus feeding a flange, or a flange feeding a phaser, or something like that. To assign to a foot switch, all you do is just basically drag and drop. And now this switch controls that pedal.
And the different effects, are they sold in bundles separately, or it's all inclusive with this?
It's all inclusive in the app. The app is available for free on the Apple App Store. You can download it right now, as a matter of fact. Basically, what it allows us to do is increase the flexibility without actually increasing complexity, because it's all based on a pedal board paradigm that everyone understands. That's on B.
Thanks again, Tom. This is Rich Osweiler coming to you from PremierGuitar.com at the 2011 Nashville Summer NAMM Show.